Welcome to lightning lesson number 2 in our series from AgileCxO. I'm Jeff Dalton, Chief Evangelist with AgileCxO.org. We're the research and development organization that provides the Agile Performance Hierarchy, training, and certification for Agile leaders. Today, I'll be talking about some of the things Agile leaders need to provide in order for their teams to be successful. 3 of these are empowerment, a continuous improvement environment, and Agile partners. In lightning lesson number 1, we talked a little bit about values, how to project them, and how they need to trace to how the work is done, frameworks, ceremonies, and techniques. But that's only the beginning. In order for Agile teams to be successful, whether they are development teams, marketing teams, sales teams, or testers, they're going to need your help. So let's start with empowerment. With Agile teams, job titles just aren't that useful, but roles and accountabilities are. Brian Robertson, in his book Holacracy, coins the phrase, separating role from soul. This is important to Agile performance because as a self-organizing, self-subscription model, Agile is about nothing if not accountability. Accountability doesn't live in a job title, and neither do people, but it does live within a role. All Agile frameworks encourage all team members to be willing and able to perform many roles, so this notion of role versus soul makes sense and can lead to the true self-organization and real empowerment that you're looking for. Start by eliminating job titles and working with your teams, typically through an open spaces technology event, to define every role that can be identified within your organization. Here at AgileCxO, we have roles for webinar presenter, keynote speaker, model developer, model tester, financial wizard, buzz builder, and more. I hold about 20 roles. Others hold more and some less. As each role is identified, we also list a set of accountabilities. An accountability is something that the holder of the role owns and has complete autonomy to energize, as Brian Robertson describes it. Because authority and accountability are ceded to each role holder by the business, individuals are fully empowered to do what's right for the organization, and they are rarely, if ever, overridden by their manager, who doesn't know the job, doesn't know the details, and doesn't understand the nuance of each decision. This level of empowerment is not yet that common, but it makes people extraordinarily productive, leaving the decision-making to the people doing the work and freeing up senior management to focus on strategy, one of their accountabilities. When I give a keynote speech, I sometimes start by asking everyone in the audience who has been asked to continuously improve, and I ask them to raise their hands. Virtually everyone in the room does so. Then I ask if anyone can describe exactly what that means and what are the tangible actions they take to improve organizational performance. And as you might guess, the hands start going down. As I often say, in order to make something change, we need to actually do something. Most Agile frameworks recommend some sort of retrospective, a ceremony or process whereby the team reflects on their performance and identifies for ways to improve themselves. In Scrum, the most common Agile framework, this occurs at the end of each sprint, where teams discuss what went well, what didn't, and how to do better next time. It's good stuff. I can tell you that after assessing hundreds of Agile organizations, this isn't happening much. The reason is simple. Agile leaders are not providing the necessary infrastructure for teams to improve, and virtually nothing is being done in the area of enterprise improvement. So, what needs to be provided? Mostly, it's time. Agile teams need to be given the time to conduct retrospectives, capture information and ideas, and design and deploy new techniques, processes, and ceremonies. They also need discipline. Agile teams need to conduct retrospectives with sufficient discipline so that they provide meaningful results. Many teams treat the retrospective as a casual event and rarely mind the improvements that they could. We also need changes to the culture. Uncovering mistakes, defects, and problems that the team experienced should be celebrated, not scorned. It's only been 2 weeks, so there are a few mistakes that could tank the project. That's why we time box everything. Unfortunately, celebration isn't the word I would use to describe what I've seen. Agile leaders can provide training, mentoring, and coaching to ensure that retrospectives occur as a routine part of each sprint or iteration, and that they're performed with the integrity they deserve. And they could work harder to project positive values when mistakes are made. After all, the company that continuously improves is the company that wins. Finally, Agile leaders can help find and engage the right partners. We all use partners, both internal and external. These could be internal customers, infrastructure providers, or external suppliers. Whether they're software development firms trying to provide a driver, or an ad agency providing collateral, or a placement agency providing contract engineers, they will need to be used to and know how to work with your Agile organization. This is especially true for state and federal government agencies who purchase virtually all services from outside suppliers. If you're a state CIO, director, or manager that is leading an Agile organization, the last thing you need is a contract firm with expertise in delivering solutions using low-trust, command and control approaches to software development. One of the government agencies we've recently started working with is running several large Agile projects, and they recently learned that their outside supplier, who said they were Agile, were running 6-month sprints with 50-person teams. After 2 years, nothing had been delivered, go figure, but because of contractual issues, making a change was just too cost prohibitive. In order to be successful with suppliers, whether internal or external, you'll need to engage with your purchasing, contracts, and legal departments to craft selection criteria, contracts, and purchase orders that engage suppliers using Agile milestones and deliverables, not the more traditional waterfall approach that so many contracts today reflect. Until then, succeeding with Agile will be an uphill battle. So thank you for watching today's AgileCxO Lightning Lesson on Agile Providing.
Thank you for attending today's lightning lesson. Please watch your inbox for a link to the next lesson in this series by AgileCxO.org.
We're super excited to invite you to AgileCxO.org's Agile Leadership Summit in Washington, D.C. on September 22nd, 2017. At the Agile Leadership Summit, we'll enjoy lunch and networking with other Agile leaders and hear 6 lightning talks about everything you need to know to lead Agile organizations. So please join us at the Agile Leadership Summit, September 22nd in Washington, D.C.